Hello fellow simmers, it's Samuel Beeman of BLS here, and welcome to the first Train Simulator Classic video I've done in quite some time, to be honest. So yeah, this should be an interesting one. So today I'm going to be looking at something which had been released about a month ago, I think, or a few weeks ago. And it's the GBRF Class 73 reskin pack by British Railsim. They're a new development team for Train Sim Classic. I recommend going to check them out. I'll link their website in the description of the video. So this pack was made by Thomas Staines. And yeah, he's done an absolutely superb job on this. I met him in person, actually. It was at the North Norfolk Railway's Mixed Traction Gala. He's a really nice bloke. And yeah, he really knows what he's doing with Train Simulator and has really done well on making these reskins. So this is his first reskin pack, as far as I know, and yeah, for a first pack it is absolutely fantastic. I believe there was other people involved on this pack as well. I believe somebody actually made the 3D child objects for him, so I believe that he had a contact or a commission to get these 3D names done. And yeah, it is a lovely looking pack. So what we're going to do is, we're not actually going to drive these because, you know, it's just going to be like a quick review, a quick overview of the actual reskins themselves. We don't actually necessarily need to see how they drive because, you know, it's the MKS Class 73. Everybody knows how it operates, everyone knows how it works. And yeah, that's basically what it's using. So the requirements are pretty much the Master Key Simulations Class 73, which comes with the Class 460 pack for Train Sim. So yeah, so let's start with the one on the far left, which is 73119 in Engineer's Dutch livery. So this is named Paul Taylor. This is one of the newly liveried 73s by GBRF that had been outshopped at Tunbridge. And yeah, it's a lovely looking livery, and as you can see here, Tom has certainly captured the locomotive incredibly well. We've got all of the gubbins and everything like that. We've got the grills all reskinned, you know, down to the clips as well. The bogies, I'm not sure if the bogies are actually skinned. I'm going to hazard a guess they probably are. Although, yep, they are. Okay, so he's reskinned the bogies as well. He's done an absolutely fantastic job of this. And yeah, it's honestly incredibly nice. And the nameplate isn't too bad either. The texturing, the overall look of the plate is not too bad. Although there's a slight issue on the A there, which I've just noticed. One thing I will say about this pack, and I have reported it to Tom himself, is that basically there's an issue with them in the main menu of Train Sim. So Tom actually got permission by Vulcan Productions to use the VP reskins as a base, and because he has done this, it also obviously clones the name in the main menu of TS Classic. So what's happened is he hasn't changed the name in the bin file from the VP Class 73, so it still shows up in the main TS menu as VP Class 73. Which is something that he's going to have to change for each of the locos. And also the image, like the loco information image, also shows up as a default VP pictures. So he's going to have to swap them out as well. But obviously the locos in the actual main editor listing comes up as their own names. So yeah, so VP have given him permission to use their textures and skins as a base for this pack. But yeah, so that is 73119. That is in all of its glory. That's pretty much all we really have to say about it. It's just Dutch, you know, it has GBRF branding on the side of the cab. And there's not really much else to really say about it. He has done the fiberglass panelling on the roof, which is a really nice touch. There's also a hint of weathering as well, which again just adds to the detail. Very nicely done. Seems to be on this one as well. So I think that's on pretty much every single one of them. To be fair, it's sort of similar on this one. But yeah, so this is one of the main attractions of the pack, which is 73128 in the glorious Network Southeast livery. Now, something I really do admire Tom for on this reskin is the grills. So he has actually reskinned the grills to line up with the rest of the livery. This is something that VP failed to do on their 73 mega pack. On their version, it is just completely blue on the grills, but Tom here has actually managed to line them up properly, and it honestly does look absolutely fantastic. He's done a brilliant job of that. We also have the Kent and East Sussex Railway nameplates, which again look incredibly smart. It might have been nice to have a little bit more of texturing going on the nameplates, maybe a hint of weathering here and there, but to be honest with you, it is a clean loco. It's based on the loco of when it's just been out shopped. So these are sort of ex-works condition. So these are based on when they had just been out shopped. Perhaps it could be, an idea for him in the future to sometime implement some weathered variations of deliveries, which could be a very interesting addition to the pack. Could be something maybe that he could consider in the future. But obviously, as seen, it is X-Works. So all of these are X-Works as far as I can see, apart from the Southern livery, which we'll get to in a minute. So, as you can see here, we've got the 73A written on the front there, the shed code, which has been reskinned, I believe. Actually, 73A. Yeah, so these have been reskinned. You see they're red, and the Southern one is black. So he's reskinned the shed plates, which is a nice touch. But yeah, so it really does look smart as well. Also, I like how he's added the bright yellow panels on this, because in real life, not being funny, and no offense to GBRF, but the attempt on Network Southeast, the color palette is not 100%. So GBRF has made the yellow panel far too yellow. It should be a bit more dulled down than what it actually is. And it's nice to see that Tom here has actually implemented that, and we have got that bright yellow look of the yellow panel, which again he has done very nicely. So what else do we have here? We have the 73202. So this is in its GBRF, guys. This is just after it was purchased by GBRF and after it left the Southern. So you can see here he's gone with the faded Southern livery, which is again very nicely done. You can see it is faded and looking a bit worn, which is exactly how how it looks in reality now. So basically, yep, it is pretty much the standard Southern livery that comes with the MKS 73, just with different decals on the side, and doesn't have the Southern. It's just got GBRF and 73202 written in that sort of orange GBRF colour, as it were. So yeah, very, very nicely done once again. And on this particular one, you can see here he has actually had the weathering put on the bogies. So you can see over here we've got X-Works bogies where it looks a lot more cleaner and nicely done up, as you can see on both of those. Although I have just noticed that the tanks there look a bit weathered, and they're clean, and that looks a bit weathered. So whether he's actually forgot to reskin the tanks on that, I do not know. But yeah, you can see he has attempted to make the underframe look a little bit more cleaner on the other variations of 73. But yeah, so this is has the weathered bogies, which again is prototypical for 73202, considering it has been worked and the livery is getting a bit tired now. Probably due for a repaint, I would say, but to be honest with you, I think enthusiasts love this livery so much that GBRF are actually hesitant to paint it. If they are to paint it in any livery, I think perhaps they should stay with this livery. Although, to be fair, they might have issues with licensing with Southern on that, so that's probably the reason to why it wouldn't go back in this livery if it was to be repainted. So the likelihood scenario is it will be painted into yet another heritage livery, like what 73128 and 73119 have been painted into. So yeah, so that's the ex Southern 73. And last but not least is the Southwest Trains 73, which, to be honest, this is my least favourite reskin in the pack, 73235, because there's just not really much to it. Really, it's very basic. It's a very bland livery variant, but obviously it is like this in real life. But yeah, it's not my favourite at all. It's just basically just a plain, clean blue, isn't it? With a grey roof. There's not really much to say about it, apart from Tom has done a nice job of it. So one thing I have noticed on 7312235, which sort of differentiates it compared to the other 73s, is the addition of the yellow handrails, which is as per real life. It does look like that. Although one thing I have noticed on the real life prototype is that it does actually have some warning flashes up in the corner of the cabs up here, which are not included on this variant. And also the numbers here need to be slightly more further down than what they are on here, and slightly smaller as well. So they could use with moving further down. So there is a couple of slight inaccuracies on this model, well, on this reskin recreation, and that's all I can really see on that front. But as for the other ones, they're looking pretty spot on, I can't lie. He has done a grand job on all of these, and you can definitely tell that he has put a lot of work and effort into these, and for a first reskin pack, it's absolutely fantastic. So well done, Tom. Brilliant job on these reskins. And yeah, let me know in the comments, guys, what you think to them. And if you want to go and get these, check out British Railsim. It's linked in the description of the video. So this has been my review on Tom's fantastic GBRF Class 73 pack. I hope you've all enjoyed watching, and I'll see you again in another video. It's a goodbye from me. Goodbye for now.